letting the whole world see a certain narrative through your lenses, you know. Yeah. What I'm telling you is what you believe.
Join Frima Edunyame and Nanetufo this Sunday at 7 p.m. prompt on the Upside Down Show. It's gonna be super exciting. Don't miss it.
Step up with DSTV and we'll show up by giving you more incredible entertainment.
Going to have a little fun.
Upgrade your subscription between the 13th of January and the 31st of March and get an even higher package for a whole month on us.
Buckle up, here we go.
There's nothing better than putting a little bit in but getting a lot out.
Time to boost some office morale. Incredible!
When you want to build a future, you gotta know what you want.
Step up and we'll show up on your home of entertainment, DSTV.
This March, we invite you to splash in the pool of cultural expressivity and soak yourself in the celebration of indigenous authenticity in our Heritage Month. Join us for the Heritage Month launch on Friday, February 28th as we kick off a month of unforgettable experiences. Pack your bags for the Heritage Caravan, a week-long adventure across Ghana from March the 2nd to the 9th. Discover the beauty and history of our land. Savor the flavors at the Back to Your Village Food Festival, a culinary extravaganza on March 29th and 30th. Taste the essence of Ghana. Tune in to the Heritage On Air series on 97.3 CDFM and Channel 1 TV. Feel the rhythm of our music, journey through our religious history, and indulge in indigenous Ghanaian food. Join us to celebrate our heritage this Heritage Month, where every moment is a story. Only on Channel 1 TV and 97.3 CDFM.
Of their labors, toils of the brave, which have brought results.
This year, something magical is happening. A celebration of tradition, flavor, and community. Welcome to the Back to Your Village Food Festival 2025.
Taste the heart of your heritage with mouth-watering dishes from across the country like Ademe with Akple, Zara Faye with Ayoyo soup, Kokonte, Apopranta, Rare Quine, and many more. From rich spices to sweet treats, it's a journey for your senses. We're taking you back to your village.
Oh yes, let's recreate our age-old recipes.
But it's not just about food, you know. We're celebrating culture, connecting with family, and making memories that last a lifetime.
This March, let's come together and discover the flavors that make us who we are. The date is 29th and 30th of March 2025. The venue, Accra Metropolitan Assembly, and the time is 10 a.m. through till 6 p.m. each day.
The Back to Your Village Food Festival 2025, where food, fun, and tradition meet. See you there.
Interested vendors should call 0558-973-973 or 0205-973-973 to register. The Back to Your Village Food Festival 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 City FM.
I'm gonna lie. We're going to get to America. Go check out more.
You know how we do it, because the weekend is here. You're welcome to The Chat right here on Channel 1 TV with me, Ekow Koomson. The Chat is a show that brings you everything in entertainment space, lifestyle, movies, music, poetry, anything and everything happening in the entertainment space. We discuss it right here on The Chat. Today we have a cocktail of experiences for you because I am super excited about today. I've been looking forward to today for the longest time, and I'm happy to be here to have a good time with you. My name is Ekow Koomson. You can find me on all social media platforms at PK_Koomson. Koomson is spelled with a double N. Thank you very much for admiring how I look. I really love how I look myself. So yeah, it feels good to be looking this good and dapper on a weekend. And it's a bit, it's been rainy here and there. Let me know how it's going at your end right now. Are you feeling the rains? Is it too much? Have you been looking forward to the rains for the longest time? 0204447033. I've been mentioning the radio number for the longest time. So it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, 0204447033. It's the number to text on, and I'll be glad to receive a message from you. Today, we have a packed show for you. We'll be talking about one of the stage plays that we all read the book back in high school, but we get to see it on stage one more time in the chest of a woman. From the Africa Network Productions, these guys are doing so much for the creative space, especially stage play. Ken Fiati will be here with me, and one of the crew members will also be here. So we'll be having a conversation about that. And then after that, a gentleman I've been looking forward to having a conversation with for the longest time, because he's, my favorite when it comes to like the Ghana music industry, because he's very, very good. He understands what he's doing, and he's bold. He loves everything that he does. His performances are what I look forward to every single time I hear he's somewhere at any of our stages right here in Ghana. And I'm talking about Mr. Drew. Brings the fire on stage, electrifying performances every time that he is on stage. I'll be talking to him and actually delving deeper into his life. How does he make this happen when he is on stage? We have all this and more right here for you. And then also a lady in Ghana who is doing very well in the creative space. We're talking about the art space. So she's organizing art exhibitions for women in Ghana and actually putting them at the forefront of the creative space. So we're having a conversation with her as well, Zara Faye, right here on The Chat. So make sure you stay with me. We'll go for a quick break. But today's break that we are going for, I love this music video so much because it's one of my favorite. I'm talking about Black Sheriff featuring Fireboy DML. Yes, the Ghana-Nigeria collaboration has been going on for some time now, so it's always good when we are able to rekindle it in a new collaboration every now and then. Fireboy DML, Black Sheriff featuring Fireboy DML with So It Goes, and then D-Black also has a brand new one out. You get to know right after this. Enjoy these two music videos. We'll be back to have a conversation.
I'll be working all the summer, getting my bread up and shit. Moving from place to place, from plane to plane, spreading my word out and shit. I'll be doing this for a while, searching a better place for my life. Cause where I'm from, no resting. All we had was nothing. Say it was zero and blessings. But I had blood in my eyes, fire on my head. Survival plans full my head. I was getting tired, but you make me wanna trap again. And she said, if you see the lights, remember that I was with you when you were lost a lonely lover. Don't forget about me so soon. If you see the lights, remember that I was with you when you were lost a lonely lover. Don't forget about me so soon. I saw Ekow, 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 I saw Ekow.
Yeah, and so it goes. See, this life is a lonely road. Every day hustle for the dough. I'm on the road. Put my body, mind, and my soul. That's why me, I head to the top. Cause man, I've been walking. Nobody can stop me. See many people talk, many people do, many people yeah, many people try, but I keep walking. Nothing can stop me. My
so eco, I so eco, I so eco, I so eco, I so eco. I'm tryna put you in designers, fly you Bahamas, Maldives, Jamaica. Take you everywhere I go, show you Mama Africa from Ghana to Bafana. So send a little prayer, and please try to say less. Ooh, girl, shut up. Cause nobody really cares like that. Nobody gives a fuck higher. But them all ready to listen. Everybody. Don't let our love be entertainment. To all these motherfuckers. On my life they don't deserve it. And she said, if you see the light, remember that I was with you when you were lost and lonely lover. Don't forget about me so soon. If you see the light, remember that I was with you when you were lost and lonely lover. Don't forget about me so soon. I saw it go, 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 I saw it go.
What did we not see before? But what you?
1, 2, 3, let's go. Hey.
What did we not see before? Hallelujah. What did we not do before? Man, what you talk about the sins we passed? Yeah, but soon, if God hadn't saved my soul, I walked through the valley of the shadow of death. All the things that I've seen left the pain in my chest. So I swore to God Almighty. My strength from Him, don't doubt me. Friends try to kill me, some try to be me. You could never try the boy, see I'm a soldier. The haters, they went me, you do I went to me. Nyame they my side in this war, hey and to me. Fake ones there, they come in abundance. But when God they all becomes redundant. Blessed I am on my sins in the past, but trust no one, there's a snakes in the grass.
Waiting no, man no see before. I don't know what I would have done if you no be Jade by my side. Waiting I go do survive. Waiting no, oh waiting no. Waiting no, man no do before. I don't know what I would have done if you no be Jade by my side. Waiting I go do survive. Waiting no, oh waiting no.
What did we not see before? Hallelujah. What did we not do before? Bear with you. We talk about the sins we passed. Yeah, but if God hadn't saved my soul, send me woo. The Lord is my shepherd. I never go to fear. He brought me to this point in my life, in my career. Trust in Him, it could be you, boo. See the life I live, it's a movie too. And when I look back, I'm just blessed no more. Grind hard, pray hard, trust Him, bro. Some say yes, but your faith is gone. Cause you ain't have the patience to wait that long. The flesh is weak, but the soul be strong. But it's not too late when you hear this song. Go on your knees and shout, hallelujah. What did we not do before? Bear with you. We talk about the sins we passed, yeah, but soon, if God hadn't saved my soul, send the root. What did we not see before? Hallelujah. What did we not do before? Bear with you. We talk about the sins we passed, yeah, but soon, if God hadn't saved my soul, send the root. If God hadn't saved my soul, send the root. If God hadn't saved my soul.
Mama don't be a yesu dome. Odini moja tome. Pipa me boni. Give me victory. Insuramo sono. Ogumami aturin chada. I will sing your praise, and tell all your mercies. Oh, the Lord is good. Come and see what He has done for me. Done for me.
Waiting no, man no see before. I don't know what I would have done if you no be Jade by my side. Waiting I go do survive. Waiting no, oh waiting no. Waiting no, man no do before. I don't know what I would have done if you no be Jade by my side.
Be black. Joy's blessing. Kwabna.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. Oh yeah.
Here's Kwame and Yao. After hours of planning, both have locked in the same perfect multi-bet. Big win for United, over 1.5. And both teams to score in the London Derby. But who could have picked Leicester over City? Or a high-scoring game at the Bridge? There's nothing worse than having your perfect multi-bet missing. But there's nothing better than having it saved. Bet saver, win, even if your bet misses.
This year, something magical is happening. A celebration of tradition, flavor, and community. Welcome to the Back to Your Village Food Festival 2025.
Taste the heart of your heritage with mouth-watering dishes from across the country like Ademe with Akple, Zara Faye with Ayoyo soup, Kokonte, Apokranta, Rare Kwine, and many more. From rich spices to sweet treats, it's a journey for your senses. We're taking you back to your village.
Oh yes, let's recreate our age-old recipes.
But it's not just about food, you know. We're celebrating culture, connecting with family, and making memories that last a lifetime.
This March, let's come together and discover the flavors that make us who we are. The date is 29th and 30th of March 2025. The venue, Accra Metropolitan Assembly, and the time is 10 a.m. through till 6 p.m. each day.
The Back to Your Village Food Festival 2025, where food, fun, and tradition meet. See you there.
Interested vendors should call 0558-973-973 or 0205-973-973 to register. The Back to Your Village Food Festival 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 City FM.
I'm gonna lie. We're not just going to have many best here. Not just that one can. I am a nice home.
Step up with DSTV and we'll show up by giving you more incredible entertainment.
Going to have a little fun.
Upgrade your subscription between the 13th of January and the 31st of March and get an even higher package for a whole month on us.
Buckle up, here we go.
There's nothing better than putting a little bit in but getting a lot out.
Time to boost some office morale.
Incredible! When you want to build a future, you gotta know what you want.
Step up and we'll show up on your home of entertainment, DSTV.
Welcome back to the chat right here on Channel 1 TV with me, Ekow Koomson. You can find me on all social media platforms at PK_Koomson. Koomson spelled with a double N. I told you earlier that I'll be having a big man. A big man I'm making a few discoveries of. A few minutes to the show and I'm just like, oh, really? Anyway, I'm talking about Ken Fiati, who is a director, and then also, his many things in one. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
To the chat, Ken. How are you doing?
Very good, thank you. Except that my wife is watching, so you should have said I'm also a husband.
But clearly we can see the ring there. Hi, Mrs. Fiati. I hope you're doing well. And it's good to have the big man himself here.
I'm humbled anytime to be with you.
I'm super excited. Last time you were here, we were talking about In the Chest of a Woman. Yeah. Here today, we are talking about it. I mean, for to say, so if it's good, you play it twice. So I'm super excited to have you here. First off, let's start it off from Ekow Koomson, the writer of In the Chest of a Woman. Have you ever engaged him before? I mean, how was it? I mean, if you've met him.
Well, for me, I'm excited that you didn't say the late Ekow Koomson.
Yeah.
Because for us, he still lives. Barely a month ago, he released 2 of his plays. Aluta Continua, and then Upstairs and Downstairs. Voice of God released it. Voice of God is his son, Adam Maugbe. So for us, he lives. It's not just because of his writings, not because of his thinkings, but the legacy he left behind. I must say I boast when I have to talk about him because I am one of those he called his sons. Because I got the opportunity to grow around him, where he actually was the one who inspired me to start to write.
Wow.
Just yesterday I was training a group and they're a group of performers and I was telling them one secret to my craft, and it's the fact that I allowed myself to be nurtured in the art of writing. And unfortunately, my very first full-length play that I was presenting to him, that was when he was not well. And that's when he never recovered till God called him to rest. So I encountered Ekow Koomson on different levels. For my diploma, I majored in directing, and I directed one of his plays. And I had a chat with him and said, I think the title is not right.
You told him that the title is not right?
Yes.
And how did he receive it?
Justify it. So we had conversation, and then he agreed. He agreed.
Is that understanding? Because people would think such a man of a stature, people would be scared to even suggest anything to him, or he'll be like, hey, who are you to even suggest anything to me? But from the way you're speaking, it looks like he's a very humble person.
Usually welcomes determine how you settle in. And I can say without a shred of doubt that he's a very humble person. He's a very loving, warm person. You cannot be around him and not feel at home. If you're pretentious, then you will not feel at home. His doors were almost always opened. I said almost because when it's time for work, it's work. But when there's time to do other things, he was very receptive and very ready to offer advice. Apart from touching his play, I also had the chance, that's actually the first, his play, Aluta Continua, is actually the play that I did the first time in 1997 when I decided to attempt acting. I'm pretty young. I'm sorry I said 1997.
1997.
That's the first time I went on stage.
All right.
And thank you to Gavivina Tamaklo.
Wow. Okay. It's going to be a long one. It's going to be a long one. But ladies and gentlemen, I have this interesting trailer for you from In the Chest of a Woman. We'll be back to talk more about it today. The trailer I'm about to show you, the man who wrote the play is the one we are talking about, Ekow Koomson. But let's enjoy this trailer. I'll be back to give you more right here on The Chat.
I will humbly plead with you never to allow what you did happen again. I beg you, don't let it repeat itself. Mem Mayan Tenacity here before my no one, no more Obama trim, Miss Ramo, and in man fighting. Upon my chobby brave. Sabi, Yankupon, or Bonu Yasino, or Numian Sentino, or Boba, any Bema, one more Bema consummate a Yasimo, and there's something I'll come. Sabi, you tell me no Cassa, as will be Sabi, who you didn't find it to know, or be on no point. Not some Pierre anything else, and that's an opportunity. I can't me say, Name Bonipa or Bobaka. I'm more Bema can. This I said, Tina one word, there's a riff, one count, a man count, at 2 pence, no say Obama. Your banner is born out of plan.
I don't know why it's going on.
You don't know. You don't know what is going on. Charlie, my heart is skipping beats. And I'll tell you the reason why. Very soon. We have Monica Awimbono right here in studio with us. How are you doing, Monica?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
Hi, Charlie. God, I'm shy.
On that note, I'm looking for the door.
Yeah, I'm also. Charlie, I'm even beginning to sweat in my palms.
You'll be fine.
I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Hey, no. I'm talking to Monica. I don't think I'll be fine. Anyway, Ken.
Yeah.
So let's get back to Ekow Koomson. But Monica, you're welcome. How are you doing, by the way?
Thank you. I'm doing very well.
How's the rainy Saturday been for you? Has it been friendly? Were you expecting the rains?
I was actually not expecting it, but I mean, it has happened, so I should embrace it.
Nice. Hey, Charlie, you have a very beautiful smile, by the way.
Thank you.
I'm hitting on you right on there.
Oh!
Anyway, Charlie, let's get into it. So you were telling us about Ekow Koomson.
Yeah, so
the first time you were on stage for him
was
1997. I have to repeat that for people to know.
I thought we had scripted.
No, I have to repeat that for
I'm
people to know.
I'm pretty young.
1997, how old were you? 2 years from now, that'll be 30 years.
Yes. That's how long I've been in this craft. By the grace of God.
Yes.
Yeah, so we did Aluta Continua, and then the next time I touched his play was my first year in uni. It has a backstory. I was supposed to just be something little in the play, and somebody was absent from a rehearsal. I was asked to step in, and the director said thank you to the other guy. The next time he came for rehearsal. And that's actually, it was then called Acquired Prison Traumatic Syndrome. Another Ekow Koomson big play. Now it's called Prison Graduates.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so
I think Fifi Coleman worked on that.
Yeah. So that was the next time I had to do something with him. So the following year was when I touched Anansi Kweku Anansi.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that's when our relationship started, and he saw something I hadn't seen in myself, just like Gavivna Tamaklo had seen. My background is actually in accounting. So that's how it started, and
wow.
He taught me a lot of things, what to do, what not to do, how to do things, and he grew me further as a director. So that's my relationship with Ekow Koomson.
Oh, that's good. But I mean, Monica, I don't know about you. I don't know if you ever got to encounter Ekow Koomson, but I mean, if you didn't even get to encounter him, I mean, the stories you've heard, when you hear a name like this, how does it make you feel, being also part of the creative space?
Well, I have never encountered him. I got to the industry before hearing of him, so when I heard his name, I knew some of his books. I've read some, Anansi Kweku Anansi, for instance. Yeah, I read that. So when I heard this particular one, I was like, oh, that's a great person that I'm going to work with. So it was quite interesting.
Yeah.
Having to work with them.
Wow. That's good to know. Now, let's come to In the Chest of a Woman.
Yeah.
To most people, they read it in school and everything. Now, Ken, you are also a writer who is in this space and everything. Do you think we appreciate writers enough? Or for us, it's all about those who are on the screens, the producer, the director, but the person that wrote the play, do we celebrate them enough? Do we talk about them enough? And also, I mean, throw the same question to you because you're also in the space. Do we celebrate writers enough right here or in our part of the world?
No. If I want to speak like Michael Essien, no.
Wow.
Yes, but
what could contribute to us not celebrating it? Is it that the writers are also not putting themselves out there?
A lot of times, once, let's say this program is done, how many watch the end credits? So we watch movies, and the moment we see the end, it's ended.
Everybody stands up.
And so all the other people doing all the hard work, the system I had to go through before coming to sit before your guest presence, nobody gets to know them. And so I think that is where it starts from. And aside that, usually, they say when you want to hide something from a black person, put it in writing. It's pretty sad that that's what it is. But I also think that they don't also present themselves in a manner that they can be noticed and appreciated. Why do we talk about Ekow Koomson with nostalgia? Because you remember letter Araba season, letters to Dora or something, he was writing in the papers and all that, making sure that he was in the face of people and contributing to national discourse. Most writers would only put things together and that's the end of it. Last year, I released my first writing in terms of a book that was published. You may not have heard of it.
No.
Because I did it for a certain anniversary celebration. And once it is done, the rest of the copies are there. So apart from the fact that our society is wired in a nature that we don't celebrate our own and we don't celebrate greatly, we don't even celebrate creativity. We look at creativity in a certain light. So it could be partly a problem from the writers and also from how we're wired as a society. But I think that they need to be appreciated greatly. If I ask you of Abe Kusego, for instance, you remember him maybe for his acting. But you don't know that he's a prolific writer. Not just writes, prolific writer. He's one of the best I have read from. He is. So he is known as an actor because that is what makes people get to know him, and it has to change.
I mean, what can we do to actually appreciate writers more? I mean, from your perspective, also as an actor or an actress is also in this space.
Well, from my perspective, I think if we, those on the screen, and then we, those watching, or those on the stage, and then those watching the stage, we all can appreciate the writers by accepting what we have seen. You have seen a craft. You can ask about it, like who wrote this? Then you do a research about it. Then we can all appreciate the writer. Me.
That's really good. Now let's come to In the Chest of a Woman. Last year, you guys put up like a very beautiful, let me tell you, I was there for 2 different shows and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
I should have been part of it. You didn't say that?
By the way, Ken, you promised to actually get me on stage. I'll be looking forward to that.
We'll still get to do it.
Perfect. I was blown away looking at what is happening on stage. And for most people, they had this notion or this perception that, theater in Ghana is dead. You get like, everybody's doing movies, who is even bothered about theater and all of that. When it ended, you being the director, how was the feeling for you? And I want you to be very vivid with me with the feeling, because it is based on that feeling. That's why you're like, something, I want to do this again. And you're going with it again.
I would disappoint you. You see the smile on her face. I would disappoint you. So I mentioned earlier that I was trained by Gav Tamaklo. Thank you, Uncle Gav. And I was polished by Ekow Koomson.
So are you Oliver Twist?
And these 2 people put something in my head, and it affects me. Not that it affected my life, it still affects me. I can go back home, and if you have this online, I would watch it.
And be like, I should have said this.
So what?
I could have said this better.
And so it makes people think I am very difficult to work with.
People also think you're a perfectionist.
We try. We are not there yet. So trust me, I, for each show, would hear the applause. After everything, I read the reviews, each one of them. And I was disappointed because I felt that there were things I could have done differently. So I had issues with my producer because I told him that people are calling for it. Give me the chance to remedy some of the rough places. And so when it tarried, I was kind of worried. I was happy that patrons were excited.
Yes.
I was happy to see the cast, after a rough engagement, get excited and do red carpets and take pictures and get praised for what they had done. But I was just looking for an opportunity to turn that masterpiece to a zero and repaint it from there. And I think that that is opportunity that has presented itself. So if you ask Monica, we're back in the drawing room. The board is there.
It's blank.
And we are rewiring things. And it's interesting because of the new energy with which the cast and even the crew are approaching this. So you may have watched the previous one. I'm not talking as a marketer, I'm not.
Yeah.
But I'm talking as a painter who knows what picture I have painted, and I want you to come and appreciate. Wow. So it's going to be something different.
Yeah, yeah.
But of course, it's not going to dip. It's going to be better than you saw.
Wow.
So we say it's back bigger and better.
Wow. Now, tell us, what are some of the differences when you look at this year's rehearsal or the rehearsal for this In the Chest of a Woman as compared to like the previous one that is going to contribute to it becoming better and bigger than the previous one?
Okay, so with the previous one, we all came up with our A game, but with this,
is it A++?
It's A+++++++. You know, we made mistakes in the first one. Even if not mistakes, we learned from the previous one, and then we are bettering it in this particular one. So everyone is coming up with more A games. We have more things that we're adding up to. That's with regards to the performances. We have dances and all that. Now it's going to be more intense. Yeah, so this time's performance is going to be more intense, more great, more exciting, yeah.
Ah, beautiful. I'm really looking forward to it, right? But then again, you know, most people are like, okay, In the Chest of a Woman, I have read the book. I mean, I've seen it. And for me, right, I always say this. I read books. There are books I've read, but until I saw the play, I never understood the book.
Yeah.
So I'll give you a classic example. In my time, we did the Blinkards, we did the Gods Are Not to Blame, and then we did, I think Jewel of Kabibi, I did it in university. And another book, Ancestral Sacrifice. Now, but for the play or the stage performance for the Gods Are Not to Blame, I never understood what I was reading. Because I'm like, what is dialogue? I mean, I'm the same person, I'm reading this. I'll even be lost, you know.
What have you got to do with Odewale?
Yeah, I mean, Ogundele.
But for your grades.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to write, so I'll be able to write this and get it off my back and move on. I enjoy the Blinkards, but I've not seen it on stage yet. I only watched, there's a movie of it, and apparently it was like, that was the only production and all of that. So I got to understand it more after I watched the play. Now, to somebody who was saying, I've read it already, I don't need to say it. Why should I be there, even if I've read a book and I even understand it? Why should I be there?
Because it's back bigger and better. Trust me, at the rehearsal, I was telling them something that left some of them disappointed in themselves, because between the last production and when we said we're going to get this done again, I have read the play 14 times, cover to cover. 14. And each time I read, I discover something new. And even for the cast, their approach to it is different. You know, we had 8 weeks of rehearsal for the first performance. We have had a breather, and we had the chance to watch the taped version of what we put together.
So everybody has video analysis.
Yes, so we've done that. Interestingly, God rest his soul, we did that with another legend that God has called to rest, Mauli Semevo. He was right there with us, and he felt that it was good. Watching it on stage and watching it taped. But I said to him, I need spices from you. And he said, every spice is in the play. I said, no, you still have something. And he said, I've got you. I think he's got me spiritually. May he continue to rest.
Was he part of the first one?
He wasn't, but he was going to be part of this. because for this time we decided that you saw it and you saw snippets of cultural performances.
Yes.
And we saw problems.
Yeah. I think the Ghana National Dance Company was part of it.
So it was actually a put together ensemble.
Okay.
Headed by Nitete.
Oh,
but
okay.
this time we're doing it with the National Theatre.
Oh, okay.
So the dance ensemble is with us.
Oh, okay.
And so every other thing that we require in terms of drum and perfect drum language live is part of the performance. Imagine the band. Their entrance was very raw. Imagine the entrance of the royal entourage of Nana Yachirichwe. They came just like that. Imagine it with dance performances. Imagine the spaces being filled with incidental music and created music to make the feel compact.
You know, as you're talking about it, I can just mentally picture everything else happening.
Yes. So that's what the difference is, and this is it. There are people who have played in this many times, and they came to watch it.
Yeah.
And they are like, okay, we didn't know it could be this way.
It is better.
I on my page SBA, a lot of banter here and there. Why this? Why that? Why this commercial? Okay, we have to go and see it and come back into the room and break it down. And I'm still waiting for the breaking down. So it means that what you saw is what we have gone back to regurgitate and make it better. And trust me, if the cast cannot wait to go on stage, the cast.
You cannot wait to get to it?
I actually can't wait.
They can't wait. So you're coming to see something better than you saw, because now the cast, instead of being hurriedly, Efokojo, I'm hearing his lines, he's hurriedly rushed like an animal to the abattoir to be slaughtered. So instead of rushing through, getting lines and delivering them, now they're going to live roles and bring performances to bear. I just can't wait.
Wow. Now, what role are you playing in the chest of a woman?
I'm playing Nana Yachirichwe.
Okay, same
as previously.
The previous one.
The problem in the play.
I was giving people attitude. It's good. Beating people, jumping on.
It's very necessary. Sometimes you need to beat them too.
But let's look at like getting into character for stage plays and everything. You know, sometimes I sit back, I'm watching, and I'm like, is this guy really this calm or this aggressive in real life, or they've gotten into character? I don't know if you're a royal, but if you are not, how difficult was it trying to play the role of a royal? Because you are then not one, right? So then it's like, hey, how am I able to like get it to, so that I don't, because you know, one thing I always say about this kind of stage plays is this: in as much as it's a stage play, you're also representing culture. And so we can also not lose sight of the fact that we have elderly people seated in the room who are watching everything you are doing. If you sit wrongly, you've disgraced the culture. So how difficult is it?
It was just a little bit difficult.
Just a little bit difficult?
Yeah, you know, I'm not from a royal background, but then when it comes to acting, you need to live the role. You need to make it believable, so that someone sitting watching would be like, is she from a royal house? No. That means you are living the role, you are playing the character very well. So you need to go out of your comfort zone to act out a role.
Wow.
A particular role.
So what are some of the things you've had to do to be able to come out with this? Because the first one, let me tell you, I really don't hear what Ken is saying. Like, the first one was, that's what raw. That's what raw. Oh man, I don't know. The actor is going to put it back on. Yeah, but what are some of the things or the sacrifices you've had to make to actually get yourself into character? Have you had to go to some queen mother to go sit with them, be like, hey, mama, teach me how to go about this and all of that?
So I spoke to people. I watched videos. I spent time with my director. I spent time with a few of my colleagues who helped me out in putting myself in that particular role.
That's nice. How difficult was it casting for this round of In the Chest of a Woman? Because I know a lot of people were super excited. So, I mean, like I say, you are adding on to it.
Yeah.
Now you already have a group of people.
Yeah.
You know, one bad nut destroys the whole soup. Yeah. So you're like, hey, this group I have, they have the synergy. I'm bringing in new people. How difficult was it adding on to what you already had?
My luck for this production as a director is the professional nature of the cast that we had from the first production. I tend to push people a lot.
Push people?
Yeah.
How far has he pushed you? Before you go on with it.
As far as I can think, as far as I can imagine.
She's actually wept in a rehearsal.
Have you gotten to a point where like, you know, sometimes I won't do this anymore?
Yes.
Yes, I have gotten to.
She had discussions behind my back.
Like this director guy, who does he think he is? Swatting and he's shouting, talking plenty. Me, I don't do it again, I'm going home.
You know, sometimes they see the best in you, but you don't. So they have to push you. They want to push you to get to that limit. So in the process of the pushing, you feel they are disturbing you. How am I doing crowded? What is that?
Charlie.
If I can't do it, just leave me. What is it? But no, he knows what he wants and he wants to achieve it.
Yeah.
So whatever limit that he has to push you to get it, he will push you.
Yeah.
He really pushed me.
And on this note, I want to give special shout outs to my CEO, Mr. Samuel Atamenta, man. He would push you, man. He would push you. So yeah, thank you very much. I don't know if he's watching, but yeah, I've had to spill the beans. He would push you.
Yeah, you know, but truth of the issue is that I also needed, and I still have people who push me. My wife, and my father in the Lord, Dr. Michael Kojobuedi Nyamiche.
Yeah.
You know, he said to me,
your spiritual father.
He said to me, you cannot leave the craft. So I wouldn't have been director of In the Chest, but for his advice, which was timely. And I can't thank him enough for it. We all need people to push us, to bring out the very best in us. So for me, I was blessed. If you have Clementus Suarez, you have General Intetia, you have Portia Asare-Boateng, Atugate, Edina Matachi, Akofa Ejani.
Atugate.
Immediately. So Daniel DeLong, Henry Agbai.
Yes.
So you see that you have people who are now just coming up. I can say just coming up to her because she's about 4 to 5 years in the craft. And we had Grace Orleans, HR.
Yeah, Grace Orleans.
She was breaking her virginity on stage. That was the first time for that lady. And it was a big role.
No, wait.
Yes.
Breaking a... Okay, that was the first time she was...
Yes. Where did you get to?
Hey.
Please come back.
They're too far from here.
Please come back. I said she was breaking her virginity on stage.
Okay,
the first time.
So the first time she was acting.
First time ever for her on stage, and it was such a big thing.
Grace Orleans.
Yes, and I spoke to the director. We were actually watching something, one of the theater weeks, film week by NFA. I was with Kofi and we were talking, and apparently Grace is part of the team that work. And I was quiet, so Kofi was just looking at me, and I said, who is that girl? I think she's HR. It was almost the same way we discovered her.
And that was how you casted her for the role.
Yeah.
And no matter what Kofi said, I said, this girl is playing HR. And Kofi trusts my judgment, and so we went for it. We actually went to give Clementus Suarez's script to him at GH Media.
Yeah,
and then they were rehearsing. She was not on stage rehearsing. She was telling people, let's move like this. Maybe she doesn't remember. She was telling them about a dance. So go this way, go that way. And I put Kofi aside and I put DeLong and I said, who is that girl? I think that's Nanaya. So that's like how it was.
Like some football agent who is going around be like, this guy is good.
It's the same thing with our craft. It's the same thing with our craft.
Wow.
So I got a great team, and I have to also say thanks to my producer because he tends to know what he wants to achieve before he takes the step. And I was privileged to also have somebody cover my back in the person of Atugate. So Atugate was not just on
that,
stage, but he was assisting me to direct this. And then this is it.
How difficult is that role, by the way? Being on stage and directing.
Yeah, so you have to build yourself. Maybe you should be talking to Fifi Coleman. He does that with ease. He plays a lead and directs it. I don't do that. Bible says, man, know thyself. So if I'm going on stage, I'm going on stage. If I'm directing, I'm directing. If I'm doing something else, I'm doing it. But now, this is what we did. After looking at the tapes and everything we had done, we decided that for this rerun, we want to play a little chairs. And so,
I love chairs.
And so this time you're going to see Vivian Jill Lawrence on stage. You're going to see Bill Asamoah on stage.
You don't say.
Yes. So that is what we have done to the play. You know, so when we are telling you that it's coming out differently, we know why it is coming out differently.
Wow.
And it definitely will be better.
But, you know, most people also ask or want to know how difficult or easy it is when, I mean, I think you'll be best answering this.
Yeah.
Playing stage and being in a movie. There's been this long-standing debate about it. Where do you start? Which one is more difficult to pull off?
So I think stage is more difficult because with stage, you need to get all your lines, your movements and everything before you move on stage. But with screen, you know, they can always cut at any time, take it again and then reshoot.
Yeah.
But with stage, if you don't have your lines and then you go blank, it's going to affect the rest on stage.
Have you ever been blank on stage?
Yes.
What did you do?
I sincerely don't even know what I did, but I think I got my lines, but I was prompted.
You were prompted?
Yes.
That, hey, you know, get it this way.
Yeah, so usually we have prompters.
You have prompters,
Yeah.
okay, to be able to get
as
it.
you're seeing your lines, they are also looking at it, following you. When you get stuck, they can just whisper it a little to you, then you pick up and then
Alright.
we're good to go.
That's good. Now, do you guys also have in-ear monitors when you are, performing on stage? Or it's just the microphone and that's it?
Just the microphone.
Just the microphone.
No monitors. Nothing.
It's a if you're no.
Then rest in peace.
Good.
Yeah.
But Ken, talk to me about the literature lifestyle of Ghanaians. Are we making progress? Are we stagnating? Or we are actually dropping off from how it used to be? Because I have not been in school for some time, so I really do not know how, you know, the literature lifestyle is. But you, in as much as you are in stage plays, you are still in the space of academia, because you get to interact with people from the School of Performance. What will be your assessment of our literature lifestyle in Ghana?
I think that, not to sound political, but educational reform is needed, especially in that regard. For me, growing up, right, I am not the SHS, I'm the old school.
SSS.
Okay, SSS.
Yeah.
I'm the old school, Form 5, A-level. But
listen, Mrs. Fiati, you have a very handsome man. That's what I have to tell you.
I'm blushing.
Yeah.
I play football every Monday.
Oh, okay.
With my spiritual father. We have a TEF at the Maker's house.
Oh, okay. Then it's
so
fine.
I train.
Makes sense.
I
Makes
train.
sense,
And you cannot be in this craft and not take good care of yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes we fade off because we don't take good care of ourselves, because we rehearse sometimes very late. We eat late. So if you're not disciplined in the craft, maybe I should say thank you to Apache William Ado. He said to me early that you have talent, but that's not what you need. I want to introduce you to 3 things.
What are these
and
3 things?
I asked him. He said discipline, and discipline.
Oh, let me add a 4th. If you want a 4th
discipline,
one, refer to the top 3.
So thank you, Apache. You need to be able to keep yourself in a good shape. So I think that's what it is.
Wow.
But I remember that way back secondary school, Miss Pew, literature madam, Treasure Island, if you ever read it, she took her time to break it down. not just our literature, but we called it literature in English. So it's not just about knowing literary devices like the ironies, the suspense, and all that.
My favorite is onomatopoeia.
But your English had to be good.
Yes.
So I had people who took particular interest in how we spoke. And way into university, we had lecturers, Miss O'Dampton and Gardner. Gardner came to watch the play. She gave me a warm hug and said, "I'm proud of you. I'm also proud of you, Madam Gardner." But these are people. Ekow Koomson is still at University of Ghana.
Doc.
Yes, and she will tell you, I am not a queer.
Listen, I'm one of my favorite people.
She's amazing.
I was having a meeting with her, right? Just off. I mean, before you get back, don't lose your thoughts. By the way,
I won't.
I was having a conversation with her in a meeting, and it was like a team of people from Channel 1 TV and CTFM, and we're speaking, and then I spoke the wrong English. Oh my God! She paused and she was like, "No, that's not how you say it. You say it this way." I was like, from there, the meeting, I never spoke again. I salute you.
You should meet Madam Roberta Gardner and speak bad English, and she goes like you've thrown a bullet at her, you know. So all these people helped us to become close to what we are supposed to be, because we are not there, we're still ascending. But I look back, Dr. Ekow is still in the University of Ghana. And I go to watch certain plays and I ask myself what is happening. So if even at the university level, that standard is not what it used to be, then there's a problem. So I took time to look at the system in terms of you say it's SSS, right?
SHS.
Okay, so I look at their curricula and even the quality of people teaching them. And you take a listen to what they are being fed with, then you know that is what is causing the problem at the university level. Then it means that there's a problem also at the lower rank. And so I think that we need to take this educational reform conversation more seriously, because the very essence of us living right is in us communicating right. Most of the time, we know what we want to send across. I believe that the politicians could have good intentions, but how they communicate it becomes a problem. And so when we are judging them, we may be judging them and they won't understand because they think they have communicated rightly. He said, "Vote for me. I'll take care of you." He did not tell you how he will take care of you, but he spoke to you. So effective communication is when you understand me as I intended you to when I communicate to you or when I speak to you. And so I think we need to take our whole educational reform system very seriously, else we'll be in trouble. Imagine a doctor calling for something and then the nurse brings something else. What happens to the patient? You remember the stadium disaster?
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's a joke, but I believe it's the truth.
Yeah.
They said the policeman was saying fire into the clouds, but he said fire into the crowds.
I feel you. Now, we're going very soon. I mean, time is not on our side. We can continue this conversation over and over and over again, but we have to go. When is this happening? Where is it happening? How much is it? And then when we are done, we'll celebrate our brother Maudi Sebevo. There we go.
Maybe you should have allowed me to finish before you mentioned him. So it's happening 28th.
This Friday?
Yes, Friday. 28th February, then Saturday and Sunday. So 28th, 1st and 2nd of March at the National Theatre.
28, 29, and 30.
I should have waited.
It's fine.
Yes, and you have the chance to see two plays in two shows in a day.
Okay.
So at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. So 6 performances. You cannot say you missed it. The other thing is that we want to apologize to those who could not see the play, even though they bought the ticket. And we want to apologize for the long time it's taken for us to put this together. So we're dedicating the 4 p.m. on Friday show to those who could not see it but bought.
Okay.
So that you can have the opportunity to see it. I think we've shown good faith.
Oh yeah, that's really good.
So
that's really good.
so basically that's what it is.
Yeah.
And then I think I also have to advise that people get advanced tickets because the tickets are time bound.
Ticket on gate.
Yeah.
It's not advisable.
Nepa. But I mean, briefly, your experiences with Maoli Semevo and anything you have to say to his family and how he also touched your life.
So Maoli, I got close to him very recently, very recently, and we've been in constant communication lately because he wanted me to join the national theatre team. So
ABB Groma.
Yes.
ABB Groma, okay.
So we're still in discussion when suddenly this happened. So I just want to extend my deepest condolence to the family and so.
Man, Ken, you had spent long years with him.
I think all I can say is thank you.
To him?
To him, yeah.
He's listening to us, I know.
Thank you, Maoli. Thank you.
I know he's listening to us. He's actually watching us right now. He's on screens.
Yeah. So I saw him on Sunday, lying there. And I was comparing, life is too short. Maybe that's what I should say. Let's be genuine with our love. Let's not fake things. You meet Maoli and you're down and you cannot remain down. That's him. And Maoli does not need permission to tell you you could have done this better. He was just selfless. He was very humble. He died at 63. I'm nowhere near his age.
And
but I could tell. But I could tell Maoli, no, this is wrong. That's not the blocking. It's not right. And he would laugh and say, I'm getting a taste of my own medicine and it tastes good. That's Maoli. And I saw Maoli the very day he died. So all I can say is thank you, Maoli.
Yeah.
And thank you, God, for blessing us with such a person.
Yeah.
Maybe allow me to say thanks to Gladstone Kwakumi. He spent every second of his time in the hospital with Uncle Maoli. Edina Matachi, Agnes Panfred, and Fantiman Juju did everything with every peso that dropped. You know, the day he died was the day they opened an account for him. Because we were thinking of his aftercare. Man. So thank you, God.
Yeah, and I hope the account that has been opened for him will go into a foundation for Maoli, because
I hope so.
He was an institution. He was a whole personality. I want to say, may his soul continue to rest in perfect peace. We'll go for a quick break. I mean, if I continue talking, I might lose it. So we'll go for a quick break. When we return, we have more for you right here on the chat.
Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world, Piva Drink at a burst of refreshment.
Give me Piva cocktail and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
P for Piva.
This advert is FDA approved. Here's Kwame and Yao. After hours of planning, both have locked in the same perfect multi-bet. Big win for United, over 1.5. And both teams to score in the London Derby. But who could have picked Leicester over City? Or a high-scoring game at the Bridge? There's nothing worse than having your perfect multi-bet missing. But there's nothing better than having it saved. Bet saver. Win, even if your bet misses.
You're welcome back to the chat right here on Channel 1 TV with me, Ekow Koomson. Today, no long talk, because I have the gentleman right here with me. I've been chasing him for the longest time, and I finally am glad to have him right here with me in the studio. Have you ever seen his performances on stage? He's the only performance I look forward to anytime I go for any award show right here in Ghana, and he's there, and he's supposed to perform. Mr. Drew.
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm doing great, and you?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah, at Tayasmo, I've done like 4 interviews already.
Oh,
yeah.
Don't worry. I'll bring the energy out.
Yeah, man. Blessings.
Now, tell me the secret. What influences your, I don't know how to call it. Do I call it a dance performance or a music video performance?
It's just a craft.
It's a craft.
Yeah.
What goes into your planning for all of that? So classic example is last year TGMX.
Yeah. So basically, I need a lot of time to prepare. So you have to let me know if you want to book me for such a stage. You need to let me know like 2 months, 3 months.
Whoa.
Yes, so that I can prepare properly. Because what I do, even though it might be a very short performance, is a lot of calculation.
Yeah.
Stage blocking. You know what to do, who's doing what at a point in time. And so a lot of time you need to get it right. You need to sync with the dancers to the synchronization, and then there's just performing with dancers. You get it? Yeah, so you need to sing, and that takes a lot of time. Keep rehearsing with the dancers back to back to back. Keep rehearsing with the camera, the crew, everybody.
Wow.
Like, it takes a lot of time. So
wow, that's good.
Yeah.
Now, which then means that if anybody wants to get the best out of Mr. Drew for any performance, 2 months.
2 months.
Notice.
Yeah.
You're able to prepare well for that.
We'll prepare.
That's
we'll
nice.
Prepare.
But the gentleman. Talk to me about the gentleman. I mean,
I've been digging like how many years? Like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I've been digging about you for some time.
Yeah,
and someone was telling me like, oh, Mr. Drew and Dance God Lloyd, they go way back. You're part of a dance group. And everything.
Okay,
Talk about that.
so I was in a dance crew called the Gentleman Dance Crew with myself. It was myself, Mr. Showtime, and then Becca. And then Becca traveled, and then we added Lloyd. So Lloyd came to join myself and then Mr. Showtime. Then Lloyd left, and then we had Ziggy pass through as well. Then I went to do music.
Wow.
Yes. So that's how.
Pretty much like the top when it comes to Ghana dance industry now.
Yeah. Pass through my dance crew. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
When you look at the dance scene right now, how does it make you feel being somebody who had started like 10, 11, 12 years ago? How does it make you feel? Because I know Robert Clark had played a key role in also all of this, but also you have been, contributed massively to it. How does it make you feel?
It makes me feel great. At least when I look at the dance industry now, the dance scene now, people are making money. People are like, Charlie, the way some of the dancers be pulling up, I'm like, hey, that looks like a whole musician, or like even how they dress, everything. It's like everything has changed. The fan base that they have, like they have a whole dedicated fan base that you can't even mess with. They are supporting them, they are defending them when there's a beef. It's crazy. It's like, yo, now it's a whole different thing. I'm so happy. I'm so glad. I feel kind of fulfilled because that was the whole plan. That was the whole image to have the attention on Ghanaian dance and dancers as well. So looking at the scene now, and I think that there's been so much improvement that somebody can actually stand somewhere and say, I make a living out of dance, and I'm so happy about that.
So excited.
Yeah.
Now, why have you been in the industry for, let's say, the streaming platforms are saying 2014, but I know it goes way beyond that.
Yeah.
Why are you now releasing an EP? Why is this your very first EP? Because, people are like 14 years. 2014 till now, that's like what? Some 11 years, 2025. So that's some 11 years, right? If you are going by the streaming platform, that's
like
some 11 years.
We're looking at 2017, from 2017. Yeah, so like,
some 8 years. Why now?
Why? Because I've never really, I think that it's a journey, right? And then everybody has like their own story that they need to tell, right? I don't have to follow everybody's style or everybody's way of releasing.
Do your own thing.
Yeah, I've been doing my own thing. So I've been doing singles. And that's how come I have multiple hit songs, singles, and then I have one album under my name, and so I was like, why don't I do an EP? I haven't done that before. I want to try that. So
is it just like, okay, it's one of the things on the vision board? Okay, I've done an album, but I've not done an EP. So let me just
I mean, for an artist, you can always boast of an EP or an album. So I've done an album, and especially because I feel like much attention wasn't given to the album. And then because of maybe the people that we worked with, or there are a lot of reasons to that. So this time around we want to get it right, we want to do it right. So we're doing that with the EP.
Good. Now the title of the EP is what?
Loverboy Era.
Loverboy Era.
Yeah, man.
What's going on here with this whole Loverboy Era? Are you falling in love? Are you finding love? Or are you in search?
I'm in my love bag. I've always been in my love bag. I mean, but this is me going deeper. This is me touching the different, parts of love. There's different spectrums of love, and then.
Can you tell me some of them?
So we're looking at from heartbreak to, loving somebody, to not being able to profess your love, to we're touching all the relatable.
Bounced.
Yeah, man. We're touching all the relatable stuff. We're touching sexuality. We're targeting everything. We're touching everything. Yeah, basically. So we're giving you like a whole love vibe.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Wow. Are you a sucker for love?
I love love.
You love love?
Yeah, I love love.
Do you have a girlfriend?
I have friends. I have fans and friends.
You have fans and friends?
Yeah.
But do you have a girlfriend?
I have fans and friends. I'm single.
Do you have somebody you love?
I love my mom. I love my brother. I love my fans. Yeah.
My director wants to know, do you have a fiancé?
I have friends and family. I have friends and family. Yeah, man.
Anyway, but now let's look at the track list for Loverboy Era. So we have Amina, that was produced by MOG Beats.
Yeah, man.
We have OMG. Is it Oh My God?
Yeah, Oh My God.
Oh My
featuring
God. Okay.
Olive the Boy.
Olive the Boy. You have End of the Day featuring Kojo Black.
Yep.
Now I'll talk about those two guys that you have on your song. We have Ecstasy, we have Collabo featuring Kamido, and we have Sneaky.
Yeah.
What do you make of these two guys that you have on your album, Olive the Boy and Kojo Black? Because I feel like these two guys, Kojo Black now has one of the biggest songs if you're talking about Ghana music right now. Excellent.
Yeah.
Olive the Boy, massive guy throughout last year, even into this year.
Yeah.
What do you make of these two guys?
I think that they are very young, talented artists. I love how they both sound. I personally have been following Olive for a very long time, even when he was in secondary school. You get it? Yeah. So even when people didn't know him like that,
you knew about him.
Yeah, I knew about him. I knew that he was gonna get bigger, and he's still gonna get bigger. I mean, he's just starting, so I think that he's gonna get bigger than that. And I just love his vibe. I love his sound. I think he's very intelligent when it comes to music. He's very
good writer.
Yeah, very good writer as well. Vocals on point, everything on point. He's got the looks, everything. So yeah, for Olive, it's more like a personal relationship. And Kojo Black, I also found him. I think I found him before the whole blow up thing started. Yeah.
The blow up thing started with the whole Victoni.
Yeah. But before that, I found some of his songs from Maja. He has a couple of songs, and then I was always a fan. And I don't know, I just find people. And so for him as well, I found him earlier on, I think last 2 years or something, and I've been jamming to his music since. We linked up, and then we've been vibing. So these two guys, I just had to have them on the song, and they all seem like lover boys too. They've got love songs, amazing love songs. So Moku just feed the people with extra love. That's why they're on. Yeah. So right.
But do you think, before we go, do you think our music industry is, people demand so much from the artists that you are drained even before you start? because then you start with such a big bang.
Yeah.
And then if you're not able to follow up with it, then it's like, hey, why not giving us music and everything? What would you have to say to the fans, you know, who are always demanding like give, and do not even care about, you know, like those times where you have to stay off the grid? Because you got to a point where you had to stay off the grid for some time and then return bigger.
I wouldn't want to address the fans. The fans will do whatever they want to do. You get it? But then I think it's about understanding. One thing is we are also human, right? We also have personal lives that we need to live. We have people that we need to take care of. And then also, all this that we are doing, nobody's funding us. We're funding it out of our own pockets.
Whoa.
You get it? So you see an artist do a whole free concert, it's not like they are getting some illegal money from somewhere. It's all from their small monies that they get from their
But why are you making this money
streams? From my streams and shows.
Wow.
Yeah. My streams and shows. That's what it's been taking care of me, my family, my friends, everybody around me. Yes. So it's not easy like that. It's not easy. Even for you to release an EP and then go about, you know, publishing, promotion, it's all money. It's all money. So it's not easy. So sometimes, you know, and then the system too is very hard for us. It's very hard. This is the system where when you release one banger, if you don't continue with another banger, hey, you fell off. You understand? So it's quite difficult. In as much as, you know, you love your artists and then you want to hear them every day. Sometimes we need to also take a break and then, you know, readjust and refill on our pocket. So say we go feel, when we release the song, we go feel push them again, because we push the songs with money.
Yeah.
The articles, everything. You are supposed to pay for it. You understand? It's not free. So it's not easy. It's not easy. And that form. So like we put a lot of even shooting a music video now. How many people be shooting music videos now?
But then what do you have to say talking about music videos, what do you have to say about what Boo God said recently that artists do not need music videos now? You know, you should just do a visualizer and then, you know, put it out, then the song is going to sell.
I think I understand where he's coming from. You see, right now most people are shooting visualizers. Somebody can shoot a video with a phone.
Yeah.
You might shoot a very expensive video with your song, like that same song. The phone video will have a million views, and then the one that you shoot serious with a lot of, like a whole budget, will not even get that much views. You get it? So it tells you that the thing has changed. It has changed. Somebody might just use a phone to shoot and then use that money that he would want to, the same money that 100,000 that you used to go and shoot a music video, use it to promote the audio for it to get bigger. And doesn't need to shoot a music video at all. I don't think Familia shot a music video for very soon. It's just the audio slide, and the audio slide has 1 million plus. Do you understand? So that money that maybe he would have used to shoot a music video, he could use it to do something, reinvest into something else. So some way, somehow, I understand Boo God. You understand?
All right, where can people listen to the songs? I mean, where can they find you on social media? Because Charlie, the ladies be sweating you, bro.
Okay, so just search Mr. Drew Loverboy on Loverboy Era on Google. Just go on Google, just search, or even Mr. Drew or Mr. Drew new song or new release. Everything will show up, and then you can tag me, do videos to the song, stream them, and yeah, let's vibe. And also, I'm taking out 15 fans for a dinner date. So, yeah. 15
fans for a dinner date.
Yeah.
I'm like, Pop.
People for the industry no day part. I beg this one. Maybe for the fans for outside. I beg you. I beg. Else if I do so, like by this time all the interviews are go.
Yeah.
Invite everybody for there. You get it. But yeah, 15 fans. Just all you need to do is take any of the songs from the EP.
Yeah.
Vibe to it. Do content to it. You don't have to necessarily dance. You can sing. You can just something nice. Something nice. It could be Get Ready With Me or follow me, let's go here. Just do some nice content. Tag me, #Loverboy Era, and then we will choose, randomly, and then we will vibe.
All right. Do you pay for dance challenges though?
Yes.
When you're doing for dance challenge, do you pay for them?
Yeah.
Even as you dance, you still go and pay.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, it's work. That's how you need to. It's work.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I thought you were a dancer, so you do your own routine and then.
No. You pay.
You pay.
Yeah, you pay.
Anyway, thank you very much, Mr. Drew. I'm super excited having
Thank you for
here.
having me.
I mean, it's been long coming, but finally we're able to make it happen. You know, we're talking about some small beef of but it's okay. We've sorted everything out, and today I was able to have Mr. Drew. We'll go for a quick break. When we return, I have Zara Faye, a female who is blazing the trail when it comes to art exhibitions in Ghana. We'll catch you right after this break.
Are you ready for the road trip of a lifetime? All is set to explore 14 amazing regions of Ghana on the Heritage Caravan 2025.
If you want to come to Basu, see the dancing and write your name.
Dive deep into the rich Ghanaian culture through the food, the music, the history, and the captivating traditions. From the 2nd to the 9th of March 2025, you will experience the road trip of a lifetime. Build connections, network, and share unforgettable memories with fellow adventurers.
You have done half of the way. You have half more to go. How are you feeling? How are you feeling?
Okay, I'll never do this again.
So this is a grand entry into the water for a hot afternoon bath.
The Heritage Caravan will smoothly drive through the Greater Accra region, Eastern, Volta, Oti, Northeast, Upper East, Northern, Savannah, Bono, Bono East, Ahafo, Ashanti, Western North, Western and Central regions. Throughout the 8 days on the road, groove to authentic live band music on the wheels with the melodic In Chim Chim Band. The Heritage Caravan 2025 will be fun, educative, refreshing, and most of all, remarkable. Stay updated. Follow all Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM social media handles for updates and join the conversation with the hashtag Heritage Caravan 2025. The Heritage Caravan 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV in partnership with the Ghana Tourism Authority with support from 97.3 City FM and proudly sponsored by the National Lottery Authority, Hollard Insurance, Omni Basic Bank, Goyle PLC, GB Foods, Standard Water, Apollonia City, and Beaver Beverages. Terms and conditions apply.
You're welcome back to the chat right here on Channel 1 TV with me, Ekow Koomson. Now, I have a friend, an institution, I'll call her, or someone who is also doing very well in the art space. She's an art curator. So she creates spaces for people to come exhibit what they have. She creates spaces for people to have conversations about the art industry. And she is right here with me in studio. She's, I'll say, a Pan-Africanist, if I'll call her that way, because she also loves conversation about Africa and everything. You're welcome to the studio, Zara.
Thank you so much, Ekow. It's
How are you doing?
Pleasure for me to be here, and I'm well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Are you sure you're fine?
I'm well, I'm well.
All right. I mean, it rained today. How are you feeling about the rain? Were you expecting it? Were you shocked?
I really wasn't, because there hasn't
It's been too hot.
Yes, but I wasn't expecting it at all. I was indoors, you know, thankfully. So
You were indoors?
yes, I was hosting a workshop actually today.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah,
I saw it on
yeah.
your...
So I came straight from the workshop to see you.
So you never get tired of hosting workshops?
So far, no.
So far, no. All right. Now, you've been exploring African heritage for some time now. How far have you come with that?
How far have I come with that?
Yeah.
I'm still exploring. I think there's so much for me to learn. I'm discovering so much about myself, my lineage, Africa as a whole that I didn't know.
Yeah.
And it's shaping who I'm becoming.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about the journey ahead and the journey what the journey has been thus far. So,
wow.
Yeah.
That's good. Now, next week, Saturday, you have something coming up with the whole arts thing. Now, tell me, when you talk about arts, what kind of arts do you do? Are you into writing? Are you into music? Or you're into collections? Or you're into paintings? What do you do?
That's actually a great question to start with, because although when I host exhibitions, a lot of it is to do within the visual arts.
Yeah.
My interest has a lot to do with craft traditions.
Okay.
And things that have been traditionally women's domain, such as pottery, craft revival, just things that are our version of African femininity, so to speak, or what indigenous femininity looks like, you know.
What the women used to do.
What the women used to do. So I do enjoy the visual arts, but I also enjoy crafts, you know, crafts, beauty, rituals, things like that, also within my scope of interest, so.
That's good. Now, next week, Saturday, can you tell me about what is happening, where is it happening, and why did you even decide to put together such an exhibition?
So next week, Saturday, I am co-curating 1st of March.
Okay.
Thank you. And it's Women's Month, you know, so it's 8th of March is International Women's Day.
Yes.
So the entirety of March, we're utilizing to just pay homage to women, celebrate women, especially African women. So it will be at LAFA, which is Sun City Apartments, just downstairs from where
so that's
in
La, close to Kingdom.
Yes, exactly, the bookstore.
Yeah, Kingdom bookstore.
So it's actually a very exciting exhibition because it's for the Ambassador Abena Buzia, who is Buzia's daughter, and you know, she also has had a great interest in art. She's been collecting over the past 40 years.
Whoa.
So this is her collection over the past 40 years.
Exhibiting her collections.
So we're exhibiting her collection, and I'm curating alongside her niece, Hada, who grew up with the exhibition, and she has been fantastic at just understanding the storytelling element of the exhibition and things like that. So it's Black women artists, 80 pieces that we'll be exhibiting at LAFA. So I would love for you to come, actually. I mean, I had told you about it, but it would be great for you to come.
I'll try to be there. What time is it starting?
So 6 p.m.
6 p.m. It started at 6 p.m.
Yeah, so 6 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Now, if somebody wants to be there, what do they have to do to be there? Do they just show up, or you have to pay something to be there? What do you have to do to be there?
So it's a completely free event. You can RSVP. We haven't yet posted the poster itself, so by tomorrow that should go up. So that will be on the LAFA page. I'll also do it on my own page, which I'll give your viewers and listeners so they have access to my own social media pages. And it's a free event. You can just show up at the door, but it would help us to know the sort of numbers because we'll be providing drinks and small bites, so it'd be good to know how many people are coming roughly.
All right. Now, where can people find you? Because my director is actually screaming my brains.
Okay.
Where can people find you? And then, I mean, get to follow you and also get to know everything that you are doing.
I mean, you can check out the LAFA page and also the LAFA website. So that's La Foundation. And you can also find me on Instagram. I'm working on my website. It's currently under construction. So the best place to contact me currently is on Instagram, just to see what I'm doing. And that is Zara _Faye __. So that will be ZAHRA _FAYE __.
All right.
So clever.
Thank you very much. So make sure you go follow her on all social media platforms, especially Instagram. She's very active on Instagram. Zara _Faye __. So ZAHRA _FAYE __. She's very active. She will always respond to your text, but don't slide into her DMs. Please. She might not respond to you. But yeah, thank you very much, Zara, for being here with me. And next week, Saturday at the LAFA Foundation,
yes, at LAFA,
we are going to be there inside Osu. It starts at 6 p.m. So 1st of March, 6 p.m. Make it a point to be there. Right after the show, I'll be joining her there, and we'll see how we can, support women in art. Thank you very much for sticking and staying with me right here on the chat. It's been a fun time, and I'll see you next week right here on Channel 1 TV.
This March, we invite you to splash in the pool of cultural expressivity and soak yourself in the celebration of indigenous authenticity in our Heritage Month. Join us for the Heritage Month launch on Friday, February 28th as we kick off a month of unforgettable experiences. Pack your bags for the Heritage Caravan, a week-long adventure across Ghana from March the 2nd to the 9th. Discover the beauty and history of our land. Savor the flavors at the Back to Your Village Food Festival, a culinary extravaganza on March 29th and 30th. Taste the essence of Ghana. Tune in to the Heritage On Air series on 97.3 CDFM and Channel 1 TV. Feel the rhythm of our music, journey through our religious history, and indulge in indigenous Ghanaian food. Join us to celebrate our heritage this Heritage Month, where every moment is a story. Only on Channel 1 TV and 97.3 CDFM.
Of their labors, toils of the brave, which have brought results.
Have you ever thought about the work input before a movie comes out? It's a whole lot.
Frema, please. You know my heart belongs to you. You know you're the one destined for me.
And you did that. And
the fact that you appeared when you did appear was a divine intervention. This was meant to happen. It was a test of our love.
This week, we bring you a little closer to seeing the work that goes on behind the scenes and help you better appreciate the movies and films you've been watching. To help us do this is one of Ghana's best in the filmmaking industry, Peter Sedufia.
The fun is letting the whole world see a certain narrative through your lenses, you know? Yeah. What I'm telling you is what you believe.
Join Frema Edunyame and Nanatufo this Sunday at 7 p.m. prompt on the Upside Down Show. It's gonna be super exciting. Don't miss it.
What are you doing in the kitchen?
You ain't gonna cut.
If you want to come to my house and touch things, you need to ask permission from me. I know it's your father's house, but it's been willed to me. I own this house now.
You call this a house? This thing? Don't worry, eh?
Go to a better place.
Oh, don't worry. Okasawa.
Why you who say you want to move me and say tea bread? What the number one thing I would do, but we need to do it.
We are very, very okay.
Oh,
very, very okay.
We okay, I'm packed.
Kaka, you good?
Shall I talk? Not the right paper. I pass finish.
Menya bema opese oye me ho ade.
Hey! Crossed by blood. Oh, I crossed by blood.
This year, something magical is happening. A celebration of tradition, flavor, and community. Welcome to the Back to Your Village Food Festival 2025.
Taste the heart of your heritage with mouth-watering dishes from across the country like Ademe with Akle, Zara Faye with ayoyo soup, kokonte, apopransa, rare kwine, and many more. From rich spices to sweet treats, it's a journey for your senses. We're taking you back to your village.
Oh yes, let's recreate our age-old recipes.
But it's not just about food, you know. We're celebrating culture, connecting with family, and making memories that last a lifetime.
This March, let's come together and discover the flavors that make us who we are. The date is 29th and 30th of March 2025. The venue, Accra Metropolitan Assembly, and the time is 10 a.m. through till 6 p.m. each day.
The Back to Your Village Food Festival 2025, where food, fun, and tradition meet.
To see you, my father, I want to see you, my father, I want to see you, my father, I want to see you, my father.
See you there.
Interested vendors should call 0558-973-973 or 0205-973-973 to register.
The Backyard Village Food Festival 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 City FM.
Hello and welcome to Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 Television. I am Umaru Sanda Amadu. Coming up. Government officially announces the theme for this year's 68th anniversary celebrations of independence.
The theme for this year is reflect, review and reset, which then fits into the tone, the general tone in the country at the moment, the way that the elections have gone, and the consensus that there is amongst all shades of opinion that our country needs a reset.
We'll delve into the issue of plastic waste, which appears to become a problem that will not go away from us for a long time.
Maybe some fishers get some kinky in this plastic polythene rubber. He won't eat. He can't get enough to eat. He will just eat with the rubber, and the rubber it won't rub that fish.
Foreign Affairs Minister summoned to Parliament to answer questions on the deportation of some Ghanaians from the United States of America.
Mr. Speaker, what is most distressing about these deportations is not only their scale, but the inhumane treatment our citizens endure at United States detention centers before their forced removal.
Striking CLOCSAG members reject the call by the Minister for Employment and Labour Relations to suspend their strike.
After deliberating on the request to call off the strike, the National Health Council was unanimous on the following: that the strike should continue. Meanwhile, NEC reiterates its position that the ongoing strike should continue.
Now, the government has officially revealed the theme for Ghana's 68th independence anniversary. This year's celebration would be held at the Jubilee House in Accra, following President John Mahama's directive to cut government expenditure amid ongoing economic challenges. During a press minister's briefing, Minister of State at the Jubilee House in charge of government communications, Phyllis Kwatiofosu, elaborated on the theme's rationale and outlined further preparations for the event on 6 March.
The theme for this year is reflect, review and reset, which then fits into the tone, the general tone in the country at the moment, the way that the elections have gone, and the consensus that there is amongst all shades of opinion that our country needs a reset is actively reflected in the theme that has been chosen. It also reflects the modesty, the sobriety within which these celebrations are being carried out. The only thing that is constant in human life is change. Over the years, we've carried out these celebrations in a particular way. My understanding is that for every single independence parade that is held at the Black Star Square, there are 60 different contingents of security personnel. Each contingent has 60 men and women. So you can do the math and see how many, that would be around 3,600 if I'm not mistaken. And then there are large contingents of school children. On many occasions, we have witnessed some of them pass out due to exhaustion because they are exposed to the vagaries of the weather. And it has left much to be desired. All of these have been factored into the decision making. That also limits the chances of people passing out. The small numbers also show that the ceremony will be shorter, it will be briefer, unlike in the past when it went on for hours and hours and hours and led to the sort of medical emergencies that we record. Those concerns have been addressed. And I believe strongly that the organizers of the event will make provision for medical emergencies as well to cater to anyone who needs some medical response.
Now, the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, has been summoned to Parliament on Friday, February 28, 2025, to address concerns regarding the deportation of Ghanaians from the United States of America. Lawmakers are urging the government to support the deportees and introduce measures to manage migration. Reporting for Channel 1 News, Ni Ayukwe Okain is in Parliament.
On Friday, the Member of Parliament for Asin South, Reverend John Intim Fojuo, in a statement on the floor of Parliament, highlighted the deportation of 156 Ghanaian immigrants from the U.S. since the beginning of the year 2025 and called on the government to take immediate action to support the affected individuals.
Mr. Speaker, what is most distressing about these deportations is not only their scale, but the inhumane treatment our citizens endure at United States detention centers before their forced removal. Stories in the news reports paint a grim picture of our fellow citizens subjected to degrading conditions, overcrowded and unsanitary holding facilities, shackles on their hands and feet, denial of legal representation, physical and verbal abuse, lack of medical care, and in many cases, outright violation of their fundamental human rights. Mr. Speaker, we must address the urgent issue of reintegration. Many deportees arrive in Ghana with no resources, no